Hey, let's check it out with. And we're playing Rise, and I'm pretty much just staring at Suki's junk while we're waiting for the Jade. Oh, there goes the junk. Bye, junk. You missed a lot. Well, here's my question. Did you fall for his holiday package scam? He showed me this pamphlet last time about some type of holiday package, which we found out was a scam. He didn't get you with that, did he? It very much looks like that looks like the outfit you would wear if you were either willingly or being forced to go on paid vacation. You gonna have a new fur rug? Alright, so speaking of fur rugs, we have Mango Melon, Fire, Normal Spider, or Nagakuga. Which one are we going for? Unless they are a hunt objective, I don't give a fuck. So, back to what we're talking about! He's somewhere. He's somewhere in the ether. No, I think William went on like a revenge trip trying to hunt him down. So, back to the question. Jade. All three of these are on the list. Or not on the list, I should say. Because out of the four quests, three of them are monsters in Master Rank we haven't fought yet, which is the Mango Melon, the Normal Spider, or Nagakuga. Because the only other quest is Garen Golem and Somnicants, which we fought Garen Golem before. Well, that's your own fault. Hey, you're the one that can just ring up a fucking golden wiggler that can drop like 100 G on you and think that that's chump change. So that's probably, he probably like has the dust in his boudoir is probably that much money. Wigglers don't share with anyone outside the Wiggler community, but inside the Wiggler clan, I think it's kind of like a brotherhood situation. Which is why the golden one and the scientific one kind of work really well together, because one funds the other one's fucking research. So... die. We're not fighting Rajang. Well, Yeah, both of them move at like Super Saiyan 2 or 3 speed. If you want Ultra Instincts, you need to go for Master Rank Regine. Or worse. Lots of it? You sure about that? Yes. You look like you're like one sunblock away from it being ready for this fight. I mean, hell, you even got the flip flops to smack the spider with. I will say that that blue does not go with that dog outfit. Like, there are so many good blues, but that one just doesn't work with the Valstrax armor. Especially when it's not glowing, it literally just looks like it's been dumped in crappy paint. No, but they don't all have to suck either. Alright, so boom, boom. And oh hey, I got. Oh, of course it's all the way out the fucking back. Teleportation! Hiya! And I fly. Hello, spider. I'm killing you because you are one of the final roadblocks in my way of getting the fucking good switch skill. Damn right I do. I mean, did you see how effective it was in that fucking anime? Of course I want to do that. Why? They did. What's your excuse for that one, Sunshine? This is anime style game. I got the power of anime and fuck you on my side. I'd say God, but like, I don't. I think if there was any gods I trust, it would only be like the one of luck, because like that's probably the only one that's ever helped me out. Nope, you're not sitting on me with that dump truck. Whee! Oh, that was convenient. Did you really plan that? Yes, I totally planned this to happen. It was not an accident at all. I'm not Bob Ross, and this isn't a happy little accident. Oh, that reminds me of something I wanted to talk about during this. So, context for a post I made on Facebook. I made a like earlier tonight. I made a post on Facebook where I'm like, normal people when they have a nap or like have a little sleep, have either a dream or nothing at all. Me, who doesn't like horror, has a nap, wakes up. I've got a great idea for a horror film. Like, it's really sad I actually have like a really good idea for a horror film, but I hate horror, so why the fuck do I get it? Like, because one thing I will say is, I'll ask you both a question I've asked a few people. When it comes to a horror film, what would be an element you would think is probably needed to make a good one? Yeah. See, suspense is definitely one that I would go for. However, one that's never mentioned at all is I don't like horror. I may not like horror films in general, but I also don't like horror films with a happy ending. Only because there are plenty of genres where at the end of the day the heroes win and the evil thing is just captured. Like there's creature films and all that. Whereas a horror film, it's supposed to be something that's dark and gritty and like shows you like not everything sunshines and fucking rainbows. Like one of my favorite examples isn't technically a horror film, although it's somewhat in the category, is the first Predator movie. At the end of the thing, Predator explodes, Arnie makes it to the chopper, everyone's like, it's just moving on, and like it seems like everything's hunky-dory. Then you have Arnie's eyes shift out the window as you hear the music play, as you can tell he had that realization that, well, if there was one of those things, there must be more. And like, with it wordless in that scene, it's pretty much not a happy ending, because it's basically just like, it took everything he had to stop one of them. And he realizes there's more than one out there somewhere. It's like, I like those type of things where it's both suspenseful, but the fact of like how the end of the movie shows that like, just because you won today doesn't mean you're gonna win next time. You got bombs? I'm gonna start smacking you, Jade. It's not that hard to bring fucking bombs. Don't look at me, I was sharpening at the time. Probably. But anyway, for the like idea behind all the conversation at the moment, the horror film idea. If I was actually going to give it like full legitimacy, I would actually have to have time to think about the reasons why for the first part of it. Because think of for at least to get you started on the basic concept. Imagine like today's type of world, pretty standard, just normal 21st century, but the idea that some like I don't know how it came to be, but like we have the technology that VR is a lot more advanced to the point where you can legitimately like make games real. So all that fancy stuff. I don't know. No, hell no. No, I'm not talking about someone going into a virtual world to be real. I'm talking about like someone making a thing where you can bring the game to real life. Like, kind of like reverse SAO. Well, technically he never succeeded, so like I don't think like that works. And besides that, that's not like the whole. The premise isn't it happening. The world setting is the fact that it already happened. Like, it's been around for years that like people can like create games, and the actual creations of those games literally can be physically touched in the real world. So like that was a concept, and I'd have to think more of the hows and the whys, but what happens is some kid making a horror game and creates this kind of like wolf-like creature. Basically, think of just like your typical giant wolves, like your dire wolves, except one that is like being horror film, horror game. Think of it one that you'd see straight out of like any type of horror game, where it's stronger, faster, basically like a four-legged Yeti type wolf. Things get out of hand. It starts like at standard horror film 101. Things get out of hand, shit happens, and next thing you know, the wolf starts actually killing people. Anyone want to get on the T-Rex? Feel free. But the way it works with the wolf thing is you've got characters that they're very specific characters. Like, think of Jumanji, how you have a few people that were like the main players. Well, instead of them going into the world, imagine the group of friends register themselves playing the game, but now that it's all in the real world, and this wolf thing is hunting them down because they're registered players. So they have to keep escaping, keep avoiding it. This thing is highly intelligent and deadly as any type of horror film type boss. I don't know why there's nowhere in hell I'm going down there to fight the spider on that piece little pathway. I am not suicidal. That's the reason why. Close quarters, little pathway, farts fire. No thank you. But it's like 1x1, of course, it hunted them down. They outsmarted a few times, and when there's about like 3 or 4 of them left, you find one kid who, like, every game needs beta testing. So before this game actually became came to the stage it was, of course there was at least one person that tested it. Well, he's registered as an actual player too, but he got away. And he actually helps him out. Next thing you know, he and the kid so far actually managed to kill the wolf. However, the one thing that I didn't realize was how the dynamic of why the person that created the game picked a wolf. Because what's a wolf most known for having? Yep. And of course, there's more than one. So when they finally think it's over, because up until this point you have had no evidence that there's more than one. But when they finally kill the one that they've been dealing with, they think it's all fine, think it's all dandy, and next thing you know, then out of nowhere the second one attacks. Because it is still treated like a game, where the sense of like there's only one enemy at a time. It's just the fact that the second wolf didn't begin attacking them until the first wolf had been killed. Yeah. Like, that would be an idea. And like the whole thing, like literally this would be the whole concept of the movie. It's like a mixture between a few ideas, like them trying to escape and everything, and trying to survive in the real world while dealing with basically the same scenario as a horror game. Little bit with And then and then if I was for the way I planned the movie itself to end was it's pretty much similar to how Jade said, like the whole level thing, where it's end of the movie, they the final whatever wolf is the final one actually or at least the second or third one is actually dead. Sure, fine. And then before the movie ends, you have it says stage complete, moving to next stage, or yeah, where it's pretty much they survived all of it. They've lost their ride home, and next thing you know, you just see the new ship of the new crates of people being dropped down as if the game started again. Whereas now these people have to survive, and pretty much the movie ends with them figuring it out that just beating the creatures is not going to end the game. They need to there's actually a separate solution. It leaves an option for a second movie, because then it's well, there's always more. It's just it. Yeah, no. It would leave the idea for a second movie, but not openly just imply it. And at the same time, one thing that I love about the idea is the fact that the what was it? The bloody hell, mind blank for a second. Oh shit, web. But the with the creatures and stuff, it's you would have no one would be safe and everything. It's but with every other movie similar to this, usually the solution is beat the game, beat the you survive. In this particular case, it's beating the game actually isn't the answer. So it's it's the same reason why I hate that sequel to CyberSnakeStudios, where the entire storyline of it's pointless, being that it means nothing at the end. I'm for a game like that, it's bad. For a horror movie or game aspect, that's actually a really good but twisted thing to do, where it's you've gone through all this effort, all this suffering, and you finally beat the game, only to figure out that beating the game's not how you end this nightmare. And I'm that's probably an idea that hasn't been explored too much. People just think that you beat the game, you win. No one's explored the whole, maybe the game's not the reason to win. Because it's I don't know if you remember, Suki, it goes back to that massive horror movie idea I had that was a Maze Runner style horror game / movie. I put so much thought into that, and I still wish it was a thing. Did I tell you about that one, Jade? It's no secret about this, but when it comes to the Maze Runner trilogy, I only like the first one. I thought the first one was an amazing idea, genius. I absolutely adored it. Wasn't a fan when it turned into just another zombie survival flick after 2 and 3. Well, yeah, I know that, which is why I don't judge it harshly, but I still don't like the welcome. Yeah, they got disconnected. They didn't just leave the quest. At the exact same time, they left the entire server, which means they just got up and it pretty much means that they got full on booted. But yeah, it's I don't judge them harshly, but I don't like the other 2 movies. I think they're fine for what they are, but I've never been a zombie fan in general, so I just didn't care too much for them. Yep, can someone get the spider off me so I have 5 seconds to sharpen? Yeah, it's constantly after me. Can someone blind the fucker or just take aggro? I was able to sharpen, but I was more entitling flash bombs, you ninny. No shit! I said blind the thing. What were you gonna do? Strip down? Well, what else do you like? What else did you think I meant by blind it? I said blind it or take aggro, which makes them separate. Well, someone's not fucking paying attention. Oh my god. But, the idea I had, Jay, was like, I would love a game or movie that explores the idea of maze, like the Maze Runner, the first movie's concept at least, but expands upon it heavily. Like, think of Maze Runner mixed with Escape. Oh yeah, well, that's fine. No, think of the first Maze Runner mixed with Escape Room and Fear Factor, but like to a deadly degree. Pretty much, you would have, instead of it just being in a post-apocalyptic world, you literally just have like the how and why of a giant facility that's the maze thing existing, whatever the reason. It's basically like that, and you have a whole bunch of people that have been put there. None of them have memories or anything, just like Maze Runner. The difference is, like, for the most part, it's similar to Maze Runner, where it's like you have just this one section that's a safe zone. You can eat, live as community, do whatever the fuck you want, but as long as, like, you pretty much have to fend for yourself and you're trapped there until you decide to go free. However, when it comes to the maze part, that's where things take a radical change into difference, where every single person has some type of, like, wrist bracelet or whatever. It's pretty much something that they can't remove, and what happens is the gateways of the maze, when they walk beyond that gateway, whatever piece of electronic equipment that they're wearing actually... Can you not, you little prick? Oh, you're fine. I was like, I look back at the screen, I get whacked, I'm like, you son of a bitch! But, yeah, so pretty much, like, imagine when someone walks into the maze, the thing that they're wearing registers with the gateway, and whatever, like, is the thing that they fear most. Like, I'm not talking about just standardized wise, I'm talking about actual, like, there would actually be creatures and stuff, like, huge ones. But whatever that person fears the most, there's actually a containment somewhere in the maze that has that particular creature, and its containment opens so that way whoever's in the maze, the more people that are in the maze, the more fears that are out and about and just patrolling everywhere. And it pretty much means that, like, these people are going to be hunted, especially, like, by various things, don't get me wrong, but primarily whatever thing they fear most. Like, whether it be, like, say if someone was afraid of spiders, there would be some, like, my idea of a spider creature would be something similar to the Grievers from Maze Runner, because I find them to be, like, a lot more horrifying of a spider creature than just a generic spider. But it's like, if it's not that, it's like, say someone was afraid of, like, actual giant reptiles or something like that, you would have one of them patrolling, one or more of them patrolling and hunting. If someone was afraid of wolves, there would be a pack of them in the labyrinth hunting and like searching. When that person leaves the labyrinth, goes back to the safe zone, the creatures actually go back to their cage. There's sometimes something that controls the creatures and puts them back in their cage. So that way, the only fears that are out and about is a few generic ones, but especially the one that people are in the maze are afraid of. And it's like, then you have different rooms in the maze that are like just trap rooms. Like you would have basically like an escape room type situation where some rooms are safe, some rooms are like deadly traps, so you'd have to watch your step. And it was basically a giant test to try see if you can get out through all of this. And I'm like, that would be a great game or a movie. Before I continue the conversation, Naga or Mango? So yeah, like any thoughts on that Maze Runner ideas, Jade? And there's a lot you can expand upon with it, because like that's just the basic concept. Like it's deliberately left very open to the idea that you can change or edit it like however one desires, because like all I did was establish the core elements of what it would have. One sec. I've actually watched them. Yeah, I've watched them. They're actually really good movies. Yeah, I agree with that. No, like unless there's one that Jade or I have not seen yet, I don't think so. I'm curious of your opinion on why. Oh, good point. Oh shit. Hmm. Um.
Actually, did you know on Steam there's that the Cube playable game, multiplayer?
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did know though? I'm really glad that up until now, I've just been the only one rambling on like an idiot. Do you know why?
Why?
Up until now, I didn't realize that, like, literally after our intro, Discord had like, not Discord, OBS switched the desktop's audio. So up until just now, it hasn't been recording your guys' audio. So I'm glad, like, I've just been the one rambling on like a moron.
So it has been
And
getting
to and to let you know, there's for the Cube series, there's Cube 2, and then there's a prequel called Cube 0.
Oh.
I have not watched that.
There's also a Japanese remake that's also called Cube that came out in 2021.
So, how much audio did they actually get?
I've got all, like, it's been hearing me ramble on about my horror ideas. It just started, like, I think it's got the intro, and I just started, like, I've just flicked it so it's getting your guys' audios as of now. Like, it just got the back half of that Cube conversation. So, I'm glad for the majority of that. I was just rambling on like an idiot. So, Suki, you gonna get ready or what? We're all waiting on you, love.
Alright.
So has Draco gone a bit digital for anyone else, or is it just me?
Yes, his audio sounds a bit weird for me too.
Is it still doing that?
better.
I hope that doesn't continue.
Ah, much better.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
See, I can't hear shit. Which is about how the people at home feel listening to the first half of this recording, other than me, because nothing came through on your end. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. This is one of those moments where I'm glad that I don't shut up. In the back of someone's mind right now. Oh, there's sometimes I wish Draco would shut up.
Oh, no, Cookie's just right there.
Yep. My spider. You going for Toby or Crab?
I'm going for Spider.
Not you, woman.
I don't have that option. I have an umbrella. I can't do that.
Well then.
So, my option is Naga Kugo, unfortunately.
I'm coming, Senpai.
That easy, huh?
Well,
Oh, I forgot. Privileges.
Did I miss something?
nothing, Senpai.
You're so innocent.
I brought Crab along, apparently.
Well, yeah. Privileges doesn't save you from crabs.
Wow. Fuck you too. Try to say that I have a disease and Senpai won't go near me no more.
No, who do you think you got it from? The digicrabs.
But I thought that they were just a myth.
No. Trust me, get a digivice and you've got an army of things to fuck people up with.
The myths and rumors are true then.
The best thing is, apart from the Digimon reference, I don't think Jade has any idea of what we're talking about. So I think he's
Nope.
I think he's in the background just like,
I'm also trying to focus on staying alive.
well, try harder.
Oh. My two boys together.
Ah, no, this is
Of course you take it.
I was just stabbing it in the butt.
That's all it takes, Draco.
Well, stab in the tail, that's where its brain is. That's the good part.
Not in mastering.
Ah.
Yeah, that's not the same thing in mastering, my good man.
Oh really? They didn't keep it.
Oh no, it's capped. It's just the fact that like you don't need its part for like you don't need the medulla in its mastering weaponry as far as I've seen. It's only a high rank thing.
Then what does it keep in its tail?
Probably still its brain. You just don't need it. Again, the brain thing is a high rank thing. That doesn't mean you need it anymore. Because like the mastering weapons don't require the brain anymore.
Then what important part of the Narukuga do we need then?
For what I need is the cut wings, and something else. I've got everything else. I just need the cut wings now. Ow. Also, I've already thought of a special event episode when we get to it. Later on, when we unlock Master Rank All Mother, I've thought of an idea that we're gonna do. We're gonna make a special episode because we still have that urgent quest with the high rank All Mother. We're gonna do a comparison.
Of pain and more pain.
Well, technically for the base version will be using master rank gear and weapons, and we'll just like, this is what happens when you fight the normal version with master rank weapons and gear. Then this is what happens when you first the master rank version with master rank weapons and gear. Though, mind you, I was slightly tempted to reverse it, where it's like, we fight the normal version in master rank gear and weapon, but we fight the master rank version in high rank gear and weapon. Jade's like, I'm gonna vote with no.
No, I vote for continuing my existence. Like, we're not Team Darkseid. We're not mad lads with all the skill in the world.
See, part of me wanted to have, like, I will admit, that was one of the few times where my ego slightly wanted to make a comment then, but I decided not to.
You Scorpios and your ego.
Hey, I do pretty well not to, like, be egotistical.
You try, and that's all that matters.
Like, I very much keep my ego in check for the majority of it.
That's why I said, God damn it, Narga! Will you stay? God damn it.
It does not understand the concept of still.
Cause, like, I do apologize if this sounds really egotistical. I do apologize for that. What?
Narga was half fused into the wall for me.
Yeah, he does that.
The fuck, Narga?
But, like, I do apologize if this sounds egotistical, but it's like, Jay just said that we're not mad lads. It's like, well, maybe other people aren't, but, like, I still have that record for being the hardest, like, quest in all of, Monster Hunter World, and pretty much beating every single challenge in the game, so I think I've got some merit.
For a moment there, I thought you were about to bring up the boomerang thing.
That's just being us. Having a good job. Just pretty much having a good old time. Because although it was annoying, it was fun. And it was fitting that we lost to the best boy. But it's like, I feel like Aslan from fucking Narnia, where it's like the hardest quest in the game. It's just like, don't lecture me on the ancient scriptures. I was there when they were written. Because I'm just like, I versed the ancient legend before it was nerfed and beat it with its fucking almost infinitely difficult odds. I beat Extreme Behemoth. I beat the final ultimate challenge in all of Monster Hunter World, where you had to fight in Sunbreak, where you had to fight in one quest, you had to fight a tempered Master Rank Runa Negagante, Lunastra, Teostra, and Velkhana, all in the same quest, and I did that shit alone. I'm like, I'm proud of myself. Mind you, by a technicality, one thing I will say is the fact that, like, I didn't plan to do that quest alone. I did shoot a flare. Just...
No one showed up.
Yeah, pretty much. Technically, I attempted that quest twice. The first time, just no one showed up, and I think I got down to the final monster before I died, but that's because I was ill-prepared. And then, literally, I just prepared myself the fuck up.
I like how I apologize for interrupting. I like how Narakuga walked in, pushed aside the sleeping Volfangos without waking the Volfangos. Volfangos?
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, this is a stealthy predator. Do you think anyone's gonna wake up when he touches them? It's like, the master of stealth, he could poke you and you'll never feel it.
But his armor is ninja looking.
Speaking of which, Suki, I have seen his... Like, I decided to look at the female version of this guy's master rank. He got points back. I actually really like the female headpiece for Naga's master rank gear. It's not just a
Yeah, that's why I liked it.
yeah, it's not just a docky headband, which is what it used to be. It's like got actually like the whole slightly longer hair with the distinct like they're not really cat ears.
That's why I liked it.
Like what type of ears would you call that? Because they're not really cat or wolf ears, but they're like they're kind of like jagged spikes kind of things, but they're still technically ears. What would you class that?
Hey, we got it.
Yeah, Kevin and I were working on the tail.
What do you think I was doing?
I don't know. You had umbrella. Hey, I got the mantle.
And yet Umbrella can cut tail, but Hammer cannot.
Well, yeah. Umbrellas are famous in most, like, karate movies for having blades in them. Name one karate movie where they used a hammer to cut someone. I would so laugh if there is someone that watches this video and actually does comment a movie with that happening. Like, if that ever happens with Jade and someone can prove that there is a legitimate Japanese movie with someone cutting another person with a hammer, a blunt weapon I might add, I will give you $20. I will say that on record here and now. Just because I think it will be amazing if that actually does happen.
How come I feel it probably exists in some form of comedy, parody or something?
Maybe, as long as it's a legit movie and not just like some guy's like
Homemade thing from...
yeah, like it has to be a legitimate movie that you can buy. Like it can't be something that's like just something like fun that someone made as an idea and it never got put into an actual like DVD or something that you can buy. It has to be a legitimate movie. But if someone does and someone gives me proof, I will legitimately hand you $20. I put my word on that one. Stabby stab. Cool, I can sharpen now.
So, how long until we have Kev be a part of the banner of the channel?
How do we know that's not just William in disguise?
I would be extremely angry.
It's probably the reason why he hasn't spoken the entire fight.
William's alter ego, Kev.
I'd believe it. It's like how when like that one episode where SpongeBob turned normal.
Sorry, try to get in here.
It's like that one episode where SpongeBob turned normal for an episode and it creeped everyone the fuck out.
Don't know what
Okay.
episode you're talking about.
It's SpongeBob gets all rounded. He's like, "Hi, how are you?"
Oh, yeah, I see you mean that.
Yeah, like there's like he turns normal for an episode where like imagine SpongeBob without any of his weirdness.
And
Like-
his spots.
Yeah, he's basically like just your normal average Joe. Like, nothing special, nothing weird or wacky about him. He's just basically your average neighbor. That's pretty much the concept of the episode, and then Patrick had to reteach him on how to be weird. There was an episode where Patrick was teaching him.
That's scary all on its own.
Hey, I got a second mantle. Cool. I got a mantle from his tail and a mantle from his body. Fetch, Kevin. Fetch. Fetch it.
But
Good
where's
boy.
the bird? Where's the bird?
Get up there, you stupid monkey. Get the bird. Get the bird. Before time runs out.
Damn it, where is it? Where is it? Ah!
I was on top of it, but I couldn't find it. Where the fuck was it?
I too was here, I think. You win this round, bird.
But next time you won't get away so easy. Until we meet again. And for those that didn't understand that context, that was a another meme that circulated earlier this year, which I found hilarious. Was like it had this 2-panel Skeletor meme where he says something that's either really cursed or really funny, and then the second panel just has him running away, just like until we meet again. Oh, Luna Garon, which we will be fighting in the next episode.
Suki.
What was that, Suki?
I didn't get no Naga mantle. So sad.
So let me
It's
just.
okay, Suki. I did not get a mantle either.
And you said Lunagaron's next, right?
Yes.
I'm staring at you both, and you know why.
Oh, we're still doing that tonight. We're still doing the 2 episodes.
No. You know
Oh wait.
why.
The viewers at home know why.
What, the fact that like I got one on my first hunt and one as like I got one for free via my cat stealing it off Luna Garon as I was like hunting the vampire dragon with a bunch of younger players, and you got.
Or during my first hunt where I got 2 as part of the quest reward.
And then,
Exactly.
and then you got another one during your very next hunt, if I remember correctly.
And Suki, how long did it take you to get
Do you want to know? Do you want to know how many of them I had to fight? I went on nearly 10 missions to get that fucking thing. 10 missions!
Wasn't it like 12?
Huh?
Wasn't it like 12? Because I'm pretty sure I helped you out with quite a few.
Draco, you're gonna make, like... Actually, yeah, it was 12.
Yeah, because
Because
I
did
helped
it,
you.
I started like 5 on one day and I finished the rest of them the next day. So yes.
Yeah, because I helped you out with a lot of them, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you did more than 10.
Because I remember like for the first batch of it you helped me, but then like I did like some solos because you were busy.
Alright,
So yeah. Senpai.
So, before we wrap this up, to answer your question, Jade, to upgrade into the Master Rank Nagakuga Dual Blades, all you need is black fur, shards, and cut wings. Which, I have the black fur pluses, I have the shards necessary. I literally just need 2 more of its cut wing, and I have the ability to upgrade. So, yay. I'm a stabber bitch.
Of course you will.
Alright, so we'll stop this here, but don't worry, we'll be starting the next episode in a moment, and this time you will hear them throughout the entire episode and not halfway.
Maybe.
Alright, so leave a like, please subscribe, take up videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and
Thank you and goodbye.